As you can see here, I am getting the rules of my engagement from snarkysims.wordpress.com. Snarky Sims is a resource that I have resorted to many, many, many times in the past for rules, for challenges, and lots of other information. Really great resource if you're a simmer. So let's figure this out. First is the objective, and I'm going to read through this sort of quickly. Then I have a sim that I've already created. We'll go into the create a sim. I can show how, she meets the requirements. She's not an occult sim. She doesn't really have any traits that are going to help her. She does have like the family oriented and I think either cheerful or childish, which maybe you would say those would help her along, but I don't think they're in the rules to not have, so we're going to go over these. You can also join my Discord and see the rules for any challenges that I'm playing there and the source for it. So the objective is to give birth to 100 children in as few generations as possible. Now, I'm not playing against anybody. I don't have a challenge partner or anything like that. I'm just going to be going along. I want to do this in as little generations as possible, as few generations as possible. The challenge ends as soon as the 100th child is born, not when the 100th child ages up. Or if I fail the challenge for breaking rules. Now, I don't intend on breaking any rules. I don't know that I'll fail the challenge and end it. If I break a rule, we'll just keep going. But we'll say there'll be a penalty of some sort. So, getting started, we create a young adult sim to start out with. We'll call her the matriarch, and for your own games, for the sake of clarity, the matriarch will be referenced in the instructions. But your matriarch may have any gender customizations you wish, as long as the sim is able to get pregnant and accept romantic socials with sims that can get her or them pregnant. They may have traits, aspirations, appearance, walk style, voice, and any likes or dislikes that you prefer. You may use the in-game personality quiz to determine your matriarch's careers, traits, skills, and starting funds if you like. And you also may opt out of the option if you prefer. I opted out. Move your matriarch into any lot she can afford with her starting funds, and I may move her as many times as we can afford to move her without cheating. Find a sim to impregnate the matriarch. Find the donor. And again, the rules say for the sake of clarity, these sims will be called donors and referenced with male pronouns in the rules, but your matriarch may have children with any sim that's able to get them pregnant, any non-binary simmer. However, continue having children in this manner while following the rest of the challenge rules. So the base rules, and yeah, there's a lot of them, and that's part of why I wanted to do this on stream and cut a video of it, because this is sort of the important parts. Because you could do this easily just by playing the game, but it is a challenge. I've attempted this before in my own personal time, and it's been interesting, so it's going to be fun to watch. The base rules. The rules apply to everyone, regardless of which packs you own. If you don't own any add-on packs, you can just use the rules and disregard other sections. So, you must play with aging on and set to normal. We'll make sure of that. Auto-aging for NPCs is encouraged around the family to make sure the game keeps generating donors. Otherwise, you will run out of donors and you'll have to load them manually into the game, which sucks. Any mods or CC that give you an unfair advantage over other players is not allowed. Mods that allow you to overstuff the household with people or gain more money through child support is not allowed. So that I don't have any add-ons other than things I've downloaded from the gallery. I don't believe I've downloaded anything onto the new computer with Curse Forge. So I don't have any add-ons. I don't have the control panel or anything like that. No cheats. The only exceptions to this are the BB Move objects for creative building purposes and any cheats like Reset Sim to resolve glitches and unstick your sim. If a lot your matriarch moves into has existing traits, you may not edit or add to them. If your lot has no traits, you may pick 3, but your decision is permanent. You cannot change them later. All in-game rewards from completing aspirations and social events may be used, except ones that prolong the Sim's lifespan or save them from death. Newborns cannot be aged up until you get a notification that it is saying it is their birthday. Infants cannot be aged up once they've tried, can be aged up once they've tried all the different baby foods. They do not have to like all of them. This rule is different if you own Growing Together. I could see the add-on section for details. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever tried the baby foods. Quite seriously. Anyways, doesn't matter because we can't age them up unless they've tried them. If they don't try them, they don't get to age up early. Infants must age up with either happy infant or top-notch infant traits to make sure you have been extremely attentive to them before you age them up. Oh my goodness. An infant aging up with the unhappy infant trait is a challenge fail. I'm going to keep that in mind because I don't want that to cause the challenge to fail or a penalty. See, getting 50 babies in and then having an unhappy infant. I might have to write that down. Okay. Toddlers can be aged up when they reach level 3 in all toddler skills. Children and teenagers can be aged up when they get an A in school. Young adults can be moved out of the house to make room for more children, but they cannot be moved back in later. So when the matriarch becomes an elder and can no longer bear children, her youngest daughter takes over the next matriarch. And I believe that's if they're not in a cult, because I'm not going to play by occult rules. I don't want the matriarch to be in a cult. It's okay if we have children that are a cult, and those will count for 2 points. It's somewhere here in the rules. But the matriarch will not be in a cult, so she will wait for the next child to become a matriarch. Okay, let's see, where was I? May move the elderly matriarch out only if her younger daughter has become an adult, so a young adult. You cannot make more room in the house faster by killing off underage Sims or letting babies, toddlers, or children be taken by social services. Raise your children to adulthood. Simple. Your matriarch may register as self-employed or have work, as long as it's work from home career, but cannot have a job that requires her to leave her little house, her rabbit hole. She cannot have a part-time job. Teenagers may hold a part-time job to help support the family and bring in extra income. Your matriarch may leave her home lot freely. She does not have to bring all her children with her when she leaves the lot. So she can go out, mainly to meet donors. She can go out, but there does have to be somebody at the house. I'm sure that the rules are probably going to get into that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Your matriarch may not get married while she is of childbearing age. She may get married as an adult, as an elder, but she must move out of the house with her spouse. They cannot move into the house. It takes up spaces you need for children. Your matriarch may not get pregnant by the same donor twice. This is very important. She can have twins and triplets, but she cannot use the same donor twice. Donors may not contribute to Once impregnated, he cannot use again. Okay. Donors may not contribute to the household in any way. They may not move in, help look after the children, or provide any financial aid to the household. Your matriarch is responsible for supporting all her children herself. Your matriarch may not influence the gender of children. Avoid strawberries, carrots, pop music, alternative music, to avoid influencing the gender of unborn babies. Use the in-game randomizer to select the children's traits as they age. You cannot cherry-pick traits. If you prefer the old method, you may continue to use Pinstar's random trait generator or create randomsim.com if you don't. So I was going to use a spin the wheel, but if we have a create a random sim or a generator, we'll probably just use that. I had forgotten about those, but I think the game may let you roll for it. We'll see. You may hire maids, gardeners, and repair technicians, but you may not hire a nanny. You take care of your own children. You may hire caterers and mixologists, but only for parties. Possibility of a gardener and repair technicians, those are good. The maid I probably won't hire, maybe, but I don't have a thing that turns off childcare like an add-on, so I don't know if the maids, they used to feed the baby. I can't remember, it's been a while since I've done this, so so we've got add-on rules, if you have any packs. So, your matriarch may run a retail business, restaurant, vet clinic, and own residential properties. She can also live in a residential rental or either as a tenant or an owner. Teenagers may help out at these venues as alternative to hiring employees. Your matriarch may have work from home job, but she must always choose the work from home option. I probably won't choose that because if you accidentally choose wrong and send her away, then you've just sent her off the lot for work, and that will make you fail. Your matriarch may join and create any clubs as long as the club activities do not violate challenge rules. Your matriarch may have pets, including horses, but keep in mind, pets take up space in the household, and there are no rewards for having them. You may participate in holidays and create your own holidays as long as none of the traditions violate challenge rules. Feel free to edit existing holiday traditions to comply with the rules. We may remove holidays. It's a possibility. Because those sort of interrupt the flow of the school week and stuff like that. When I played before, it was sort of frustrating because then they wouldn't go to school, they couldn't get their age up. Sort of frustrating. It does add another level of difficulty, but we'll see once I get into the game. I'll have to edit the game and set up all the settings the way we need them. Your matriarch may become famous and build reputation through any means that don't involve careers or out of the house careers. She could like be a streamer or a painter or a author or something like that. Your matriarch may go on vacation, but she must bring her entire household with her. She may not go on vacation when she has a newborn baby or is pregnant. Your matriarch cannot be a vampire or any other immortal occult type. She may use vampires and other occults as donors, but any female children that are immortal occult type are ineligible to take over as the next matriarch. There it is. You may make the immortal occult child human to make them eligible, though. If parenthood is installed, teens may not be aged up and move out of the house until they have an A in school and at least one character value within trait range. Your matriarch must always stop what she's doing to scold or punish the children as you see fit if you catch them misbehaving. So you can't just let them grow up willy-nilly without any rules. So your matriarch has to put in some work. Your matriarch may use the wishing well, but she cannot wish for a child. Makes sense. Your matriarch may hire a butler, but the butler cannot look after the children. Disable childcare in the butler's menu. Now, I'm not sure if the butler has a menu you can disable it in. Somewhere I've read that you need to have the MC Command Center to do that. I don't have it. Won't be hiring a butler. If high school years is installed, teens can be aged up if they receive the option to graduate high school early. However, they must still meet all other age group requirements, including any age up requirements from other packs you have installed. And I have all the packs, so except Journey to Bantu and the Werewolf one. So I don't think those are going to affect it. So it says if Growing Together is installed, infants only need to have tried 3 mashed baby foods and 1 finger food. However, they must reach the crawling and pinch or grasp milestones in order to be aged up early. It is not a challenge fail if they don't reach these milestones. The only penalty is not being able to age them up early. Again, if Growing Together is installed, children cannot be aged up until they have an A in school and high confidence. And last one for Growing Together, your matriarch may accept any trait changes or trait swaps she is presented with. She may also allow or invite Sims to stay over as guests, but must encourage them to relax. She cannot encourage them to help out. She cannot accept a move-in offer from a stay-over guest. She cannot accept, you can allow or invite? How does that work? You can allow or invite, but you cannot accept move-in offer. Okay, I gotcha. A move-in offer from somebody. Gotcha. Baby showers, family reunions, and sleepovers are all allowed. Okay. Down into the occult rules. Well, this is the last little bit. And then we'll go into the game. Optional occult rules. Occult incentive. Your matriarch must be human. She is. Each occult born to your human matriarch adds 2 to your total child count. So 1 occult child is worth the equivalent of 2 human children. I don't know who made those rules, but occult children can be more difficult. The vampire kid is a pain in the neck. If you choose to make your next matriarch an occult, you forfeit this bonus until you take another human matriarch. For immortal occults, you can take on a new human matriarch when the human daughter you want to continue the challenge becomes a young adult. So I guess if you have an occult, you can switch it once the youngest matriarch, reaches young adult. It sounds fair. Hopefully we won't run into that. My goodness. If your chosen occult has an alternate form, your matriarch and all her children must always be in their human form whenever they leave the lot. You may not tip off Sims outside the household that anyone in your household is an occult. If occult-related socials are used, or if a Sim discovers that anyone in your household is an occult, they must be banished and never be socialized with again. Feel free to get creative with how your family protects their secret. Have your aliens wipe memories, or your vampires compel for a deep drink. Now there's an occult-themed challenge you could do instead, where the matriarch must be an occult. We're not doing that. I'm not interested in that. So we're going to take the rules and we're going to put them over here, and I'm going to minimize them, and we're going to go into the game. I'm going to start a new game. Like I said, I created a matriarch to use. Still seems like the game sound is really loud. I don't want to turn it down too much. Maybe I should just turn my... Okay. I'll just turn my headset down a little bit. There. So, I'm going to pop into the gallery. We're going to replace her. And this is my sim. So, I randomized her her name. We picked Big Happy Family as the aspiration. Might as well work on it, even though the points don't do me a whole lot. The only thing I can't buy are things that will extend her life or make her young again. So I did choose cheerful and not childish. I think childish would be a little bit of a cheat, but we just made her cheerful. I did make her romantic so that she has the aspirations to want to seek donors, I guess, and family oriented.
Oh, no.
Sims become happy around family members, become sad if they don't interact with family members. This helps her stay happy because this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Anyways, I didn't want you to have to sit with me while we went through all her outfits and stuff like that. As you can see, she's not in a cult. And let's go ahead and move her into a house she can afford. Oh, I'm just taking pictures, aren't I? Okay. We've got a few different ones. We'll start it in spring. And where to move her in. We need a lot that can be expanded. I prefer a one-story house as opposed to two. This one's not a bad one, but it's on a really small lot. This lot has room to grow. This one doesn't have a lot. Could put her on a blank lot and build a house, but I don't really want to go through all that. This house is on a nice large lot. It's a tiny lot. There is a house in San Sequoia that I'd love to get, but it's hers a single sim and not like a family. It doesn't quite have enough for it. This house is nice. It's got 2 bedrooms. It's homey. It's got a lot challenge in a quake zone. It does have a nice size lot for growing the house some. Let's check another area just to be sure. Let's check Copperdale. So we have a 2-bedroom house here on an itty bitty lot. Another itty bitty lot. Tartosa. It's like a vacation. Oh, that's a nice size lot. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a pretty area. I don't know. I don't know where to put her. I've got Himford on Bagley. This is a nice lot to have. I like playing in that house. Oh, it's so hard to decide. Evergreen Harbor? No. I can't really think of anywhere else. Oh, Ravenwood. I haven't even really played in Ravenwood. I haven't played in any of the starter houses or anything. Mopey Manor. Let's not. We'll come here and play later. And this one's a nice large lot, but it is a 2-story house and I don't want to have to take down a 2nd story. So I think we're going to go back to San Sequoia. We're going to take this Parkside place. I'm going to confirm the move-in. It's got a nice cute little yard. Can expand that. I have a few ideas for how we're going to have her make money. And let's see. All right, so a couple of things we need to check before we start. Game options. Gameplay. Where are my rules? Pull them up on the other screen. So aging on and lifespan to normal. Lifespan's normal. Auto age, played household, yes. So what does it say? Okay, we're gonna go with that. Oh, there it is. Auto age unplayed households. Yes, we want that marked. There's no other played households in here. I'm actually starting this on a really new installation of the game on a new computer. So, traditional social menu, no. Oh, there is camera. Okay, we're set. All right. That is set up. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, the other thing I want to tackle is the... Oh. What? Is it like every week? We have festival, we have... All right, we can... Okay, we can remove some things, but not other things. We could remove Love Day. What is this? I can't get rid of any of those. That one. So it'd be the holidays. This week here is hard with 2 holidays in 1 week. It's really sort of annoying. Okay. We're just going to take the holidays off. Do it to one, do it to all. Now we can just concentrate on the challenge itself. We're going to go ahead and save that. Now, one of my challenges is making sure I save. I may have to set myself a notification to go off every 10 or 15 minutes reminding myself to save, because I'm so bad at saving. All right, we've got a house that already has a nursery set up, so we're going to leave it. It's a cute house. Not bad at all. I do want to make a couple of changes to it, though. Just right off the bat. Okay. Oh, that's a little on. There we go. Okay. Having her plant a garden is one of the best ways to make money. And while I don't have the, I can't add anything to this area, but usually I like to go in and make sure that simple living is on, so you have to have food, like ingredients in the fridge to cook, but that's not already here. I can't add any more to it, so we're not going to worry about it. Oh, okay. Oh, whatever. I was going to add another step there, but whatever. Let's go ahead and, I guess, get going. We're going to go, it's 8 a.m. on a Sunday. Oh, I guess we're going inside to check the dust level. We need to start meeting some people.